Namaste to one and all. Welcome uh, for another day for a mini project of 45 on 100 days, 100 mini projects from Rotary Bangalore Global Yoga in association with Eva India Forum. Now, today we have our own Rotarian Suresh Kumar ji from Bangalore. He would be speaking or throwing the light on meditative postures and yogic mudras. Now, sir has been a mathematician in the university and also an yoga lover, doing yoga from past more than 20-25 years. Today we will be learning more from him on the mudras and also the meditative postures. Over to Suresh Kumar ji.
My dear friends, on this graceful morning, it is my privilege and it gives me an immense pleasure to share few concepts on yoga. Let us start this session by chanting 6 Omkaras, followed by salutation to Patanjali Maharshi. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचां मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपार्करोक्तं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिराणतोऽस्मि पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिराणतोऽस्मि Dear friends, Omkara is Ekakshara Brahma. Omkara is Shabda Brahma. Omkara Japa, Pranayama Tapa. Yoga Chudamanya Upanishad says, Prana Vidya Mahavidya Yastam Veda Savedavat. Prana Vidya is not an ordinary Vidya. Prana Vidya is Mahavidya. That is what the Vedas and Upanishads says. Friends, Patanjali Maharshi was the father of modern yoga. Modern yoga is also called as Navina Yoga. It is estimated that Patanjali Maharshi lived between 2nd century and 4th century. Friends, he died 150 years before Christ, approximately 3,600 years old. If I say modern yoga or Navina yoga, friends, it is just 3,600 years old. It is believed that Patanjali Maharshi was the avatar of Adishesha, the infinite cosmic serpent upon which Lord Vishnu reclines in Yoga Nidra. Patanjali Maharshi has designed Ashtanga Yoga. In Sanskrit, Ashtanga means 8. It is 8-stepped yoga. The 8 steps are Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Jhana. Jhana is the 7th state, and the final state is Samadhi. Dhyana, meditation, is the 7th stage, the 7th step in Ashtanga Yoga, designed by Patanjali Maharshi. Now, to practice meditation, there are so many types of meditation. To practice meditation, sitting in a proper posture is very, very important. Friends, sitting is a great art. Sitting is a great art. Now, we discuss the meditative postures. First, any sitting postures, friends, any sitting postures, we start with Dandasana. We start with Dandasana. Now, this is the Dandasana. You can place the arms like this, or very relaxedly, you can place the arms like this also. This is, friends, this is Dandasana. Dandasana. Now I take Padmasana. Padmasana is also called as Kamalasana. Sometimes it is also called as Padmaka. There are 2 types of Padmasana. If I take Padmasana from the left, like this. Now if I enter the Padmasana from left, it is called as Vama Padmasana. VAMA, Vama Padmasana. I release the Padmasana. I go to Dandasana. If I enter the Padmasana from the right, like this. Now this is Dakshina Padmasana. This is Dakshina Padmasana. Well, friends, 72% of our country population cannot take Padmasana. They cannot sit in the Padmasana. Well, friends, every day now we'll be having 90,000, approximately 90,000 in average. We'll be having 90,000 thoughts. I'm saying average. Now it may exceed 1 lakh also. Now, to manage 1 lakh thoughts, you know how much the brain want to work? Now, if we sit in Padmasana, if we start meditation, now I sit in Padmasana, close my eyes. What is meditation? Just you observe the breath. Just you observe the swasha. Now you meditate. Slowly you meditate. That 90,000 thoughts slowly reduces. It takes some time. It slowly reduces. The day when you reach zero state, zero thoughts, no thoughts at all. Now, friends, from meditation, you are moving to samadhi state. What is samadhi state? Samadhi state is a super conscious state. Now, if you enter samadhi, the final state in Ashtanga Yoga, if you enter samadhi, the conscious, the yogi who enters the samadhi will be omnipresent. Now he will be present in the entire, his consciousness will be present in the entire Brahmanda. And now he will be having infinite frequency and amplitude. What a great state. That is the Padmasana. The second sitting posture is Siddhasana. What a wonderful asana is this. How to practice Siddhasana? I take the left foot, I place the heel of the left foot on the perineum. What is perineum? Perineum is the space between anus and genital organ. I place the heel at the perineum. I take the right foot. I place the right foot on the left foot and I lock between the calf muscle and the thighs. Like this. Now, I want to press both the heels. I want to press both the heels simultaneously. Now, if I sit like this without any mudra, it is Mukta Siddhasana. It is Mukta Siddhasana. Suppose if I take a Dhyana Mudra, if I place my palms on the knees, if I sit straight, if I close my eyes, friends, this is Siddhasana. Siddhasana is also called as Muktasana. This is Siddhasana. The thighs, both the thighs should touch the ground. That is very, very important. This it should not come up. Both the thighs should touch the ground. Friends, this is Siddhasana. Now, before proceeding to the next asana, let us see the mechanism behind Siddhasana. What is the first step? I take the left heel, I take the left foot, the heel, I press the perineum. You know, perineum, again I say, it is the region between the anus and genital organ. If I press like this, now actually I am pressing the Mooladhara Chakra. In Mooladhara Chakra, now there are three nadis. What are the three nadis? Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. Now I am constantly pressing at the Mooladhara. I am constantly pressing at the Mooladhara, where three nadis emerges. One is Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. Now from these two nadis, the electrical and pranic impulses goes to the brain. And the purification of nadis takes place. Just by sitting like this, friends, there are 3 lakh nadis. The nadis emerges from the Brahmarandra. From Brahmarandra, 3 lakh nadis emerges. 1,50,000 nadis from Brahmarandra spreads to the left side of the body. Another 1,50,000 nadis spreads to the right of the body. 3 lakh nadis emerges from Brahmarandra and it spreads. What is a nadi? Nadi is an energy channel. Nadis are energy channels. What is the diameter of a nadi? Friends, suppose if I take a hair follicle, of course, I'm sorry, I don't have hairs on my head. Suppose imagine that I take one hair. Now, if I divide that hair into 1,000 parts, 1,000 parts, the diameter of nadi is not more than 1,000th of the hair width. It is such a tiny energy channel. Friends, now this concept of nadi, the modern medical science, they are not aware of nadis. So, if I touch the heel to the perineum, friends, the purification of nadis will be going on. What a wonderful concept. Then, now, suppose if I take visceral organs, now on the right of the abdomen, I have liver, gallbladder. On the left, I have stomach, spleen. Now in the midway, in the midline, I have pancreas. Here, I have a pair of bladders, what you call as kidneys. Now, if I take the right foot, now in the right foot, now in this portions, we have the meridians of the visceral organs. Suppose if I take the foot here, now here I have liver, spleen. This point is stomach. Now I leave this finger. Now this is the gallbladder point, and this is the kidney bladders. Now even if I take this part of the now here, friends. Now if I take the big finger, the toe. Now the tip of the toe it represents brain. Now here I'll be having eyes. Now this will be kidney. So all the visceral organs, the medians will be in this upper portion and the lower portion of the foot. Now I'm touching the left feet at the perineum. I take the right foot. Now I place here. Now here you can see that, friends, the right foot is between calf muscle and the thighs. It is the sandwich. Between calf muscle and thigh. So for this we have pressure from calf muscle and thigh. So this visceral organs plays very important in purifying blood. So by this, if I press like this, now the purification of blood takes place. Now in renal failure, suppose if I take a patient of kidney failure, now dialysis, purification of blood. Dialysis, it is very painful. It is very painful to the patient. Friends, just if we sit in the Siddhasana, now two processes takes place. One is purification of 3 lakh nadis. The other is purification of blood. What a wonderful concept. What a wonderful concept. So this is Siddhasana. I told Siddhasana is also called as Muktasana. Now here I am not using any mudra. It is Mukta Siddhasana. If I use the Dhyana Mudra, friends, if I use the Dhyana Mudra like this, now this is Dhyana Mudra Siddhasana. What a wonderful Siddhasana. Purification of nadis, purification of blood. Just if they sit like this, wonderful process goes on. This is Siddhasana. Another sitting posture is, now this sitting posture you can use for meditation. Now I take the left foot. Now I lock between the calf muscle and the thigh of the right leg. I take the right foot, take above and lock here. Now sit comfortably. Sit comfortably. Friends, this is Swastikasana. Without any mudra, it is Mukta Swastikasana. I take Jnana Mudra or Brahma Mudra, place like this. Now it is Brahma Mudra or Dhyana Mudra Swastikasana. Now, if we cannot practice these three asanas, no, just you sit like this. Just you sit like this. Now this is Sukhasana. The name itself suggests that it is happy Sukhasana. Friends, you can see that there are so many choices in yoga. Now this is Sukhasana. Then you can take Vajrasana also. Friends, I come to Dandasana. I fold my left leg. I place it on the floor. I take the right leg. I place it on the floor. Now we can sit like this. Comfortably, we can sit like this. Here. Friends, you can place the left foot on the right foot, and even more comfortably, you can sit like this. So this is Vajrasana. I'm not taking any mudra. So this is Mukta Vajrasana. Now if I take Namaskarasana here, if I take Namaskara Mudra is also called as Pranjali Mudra. If I sit like this, now this is Pranjali Mudra Vajrasana. Pranjali Mudra Vajrasana. Next, Bhadrasana. Now it's a small variation in Vajrasana. Now in Bhadrasana, I raise my buttocks. I place the foot like this, and I sit like this. I'm sitting like this. This is Mukta Bhadrasana. I'm not taking any mudras here. If I take the Pranjali Mudra, if I sit like this, so this is Pranjali Mudra Bhadrasana. Pranjali Mudra Bhadrasana. Next, a small variation. Suppose if I spread the legs like this, if I place the thighs on the ground, if I sit like this comfortably, now this is Virasana. This is Virasana. I take Pranjali Mudra. Namaskara Mudra Virasana. Friends, Virasana is also called as Brahmacharyasana. Brahmacharyasana. Now these are, friends, these are sitting postures. The sitting postures which helps in meditation. Not only sitting postures, now even we have standing posture. The standing posture is I stand like this. Now many Jaina Munis, they stand like this and meditate. Now how to stand? Now I join the big toes, I join the big finger, and here I have the metatarsals. I want to spread the metatarsals equally, and I want to give equal pressure on the ground. I want to give equal pressure on the ground. Now I want to lift the knees. I want to lift the knees. Now you squeeze the buttocks. Squeeze the buttocks. You take the abdomen inside and pull the chest here. Pull the chest. Standing is a great art. And take the hands, take the palms. You can stand like this. Friends, this is Thadasana. Thadasana. Many Jaina Munis meditate in Thadasana. If I take a typical example, Bahubali. Now, this Bahubali prayed himself. Bahubali, he conquered himself and became a great Muni Mahamira. He meditated in Thadasana. Thada means mountain. Standing firm like a mountain is called as Thadasana. Friends, this is one meditative posture, Thadasana. What a beautiful concept. Now, friends, Vedas and Upanishads says Panchabhutatmakam idam shariram. Now this bhutas. What are the Panchabhutas? The Panchabhutas are Agni, Vayu, Akasha, Prithvi and Jala. These are 5 elements. Now from these 5 elements, this physical body is made. Friends, now why we want to have mudras? Now, we'll be breathing by the lungs. Now, suppose if we are practicing meditation, many meditators may be here. Now, they might have experience like this. Now, if we go on practice meditation, now if we go to deep meditation, now we forget about the lung breathing. The lung breathing literally stops. The lung breathing stops and the yogi will directly take the cosmic energy from the Brahmarandra. So we'll be having energy from the lungs, and sometimes we draw the energy from the cosmos directly through Brahmarandra. Now these energies, the extra energies escapes from the tip of the fingers. The energy The energy escapes from the tip of the fingers. Friends, we cannot control the energy. Please observe, we cannot control the energy, or we cannot seal the energy. We are not sealing or controlling. Just to conserve the energy, we are using mudras. Mudra is a wonderful science. Mudra is a wonderful science in the yoga. Now suppose if I take the 5 fingers, the 5 fingers represents Panchabhutas. Now, in these 5 fingers, now this is called as the thumb. This finger is called as the thumb. Now, this is the index finger. This is the middle finger. This is the ring finger. This chota, the chota finger. This is the chota finger. We have 5 fingers. Now, suppose if I take the thumb. Now, this thumb represents Agni. Agni means fire element. Now, suppose if I take the index finger. Now, this index finger represents air. The Vayu, air element. Now, you can see that this is the longest finger. This is the longest finger. Now, this middle finger, longest finger represents the Akasha. Akasha means sky, space. Then, suppose if I take the ring finger, friends. Now, this ring finger, Prithvi. Prithvi means earth. Then, suppose if I come to the chota finger, friends. This chota finger represents the Jala. Jala means water. So we have Panchabhutas on the fingers. Now suppose if I come to the mudras. Suppose if I fold this. Now this is Vayu Mudra. This is Vayu Mudra. Then, friends, this is Akasha Mudra. This is Prithvi Mudra. This is Jala Mudra. Now, suppose if I take my right hand like this. Now, if I cup the right hand, like an antenna, now this mudra is called as Abhaya Mudra. Now, in Abhaya Mudra, friends, in Abhaya Mudra, you can see that the energy converges. This is Abhaya Mudra. This is the Abhaya Mudra. Next, now, if I take this mudra is called as Prana Mudra. This mudra is called as Prana Mudra. Then if I bring down these 2 fingers, suppose over this, if I place the thumb at the root of the small finger, this mudra, friends, this mudra is called as Mrityu Sanjeevani Mudra. Mrityu Sanjeevani Mudra. Then suppose if I place the thumb at the root of the small finger, like this, friends, this is called as Santosha Mudra. Santosha, it is happiness. This mudra is happiness mudra. Santosha Mudra. Then, now I go to Santosha Mudra. I close gently these 2 fingers. Friends, this is Adi Mudra. Now, this Adi Mudra, every child in the womb of a mother, will be with Adi Mudra, like this. Adi Mudra. Every child will be having Adi Mudra. Now, if time permits, I come back to Adi Mudra. So this is, friends, Adi Mudra. Every child in the womb will be having this Adi Mudra like this. Adi Mudra. Next, if I place the left palm, if I place the left palm, on the left palm, if I place the right palm, now this is Bhairava Mudra. Bhairava Mudra. If I change, first I take the right palm. On the right palm, I place the left palm like this. So this is Bhairavi Mudra. So we have Bhairava Mudra and we have Bhairavi Mudra. Suppose if I clasp the fingers like this, now if I place like this, friends, this is Yoga Mudra. This is Yoga Mudra. Then, suppose if I take this is Namaskara Mudra. This is Namaskara Mudra. Or Namaskara Mudra, friends, is also called as Pranjali Mudra. Pranjali Mudra. Namaskara Mudra. Friends, if I take this mudra is called as Kailasa Mudra. This variation of Namaskara Mudra, if I take this mudra is called as Kailasa Mudra. Then, if I extend like this, now this is called as Anjali Mudra. Friends, this is called as Anjali Mudra. Now here I have taken Padmasana with Anjali Mudra. Now this entire asana is called as Parvatasana. This entire asana with this mudra is called as Parvatasana. Parvatasana. These are the variations of Namaskara Mudra, Pranjali Mudra. Then, suppose if I take the right palm, now in the right palm, if I put down the first two fingers, now this is called as Vishnu Mudra. Friends, this is Vishnu Mudra we use for pranayama. Vishnu Mudra. Sometimes these two fingers I place on Agna Chakra also. Agna Chakra or the third eye. Or I can take the Vishnu Mudra like this also. We use for pranayama. Pranayama is a great branch in yoga. Then, suppose if I take this, now this is like a deed. Friends, this is like a deed. Now this is Vishnu Mudra. I'm sorry, this is Mrugi Mudra. Mrugi Mudra. Mrugi Mudra is also used for pranayama, to open and close the nostrils. This is Mrugi Mudra. One is Vishnu Mudra, another is Mrugi Mudra. Next, suppose if I take this mudra like this, friends, now this is Shakti Mudra. This is Shakti Mudra. So here I have used both the palms and the fingers for different mudras. Normally we can use the palms, Now even we can use the forearms like this. Friends, this is Garuda Hasta Mudra. This is Garuda Hasta Mudra. Now even we can use the tongue for mudra. Now here I squill the tongue and I make a tongue tube like this, a tongue tube, and I protrude the tongue tube outside the mouth like this, friends. This is the tongue tube. Now from tongue tube I suck the air like this. I suck the air through tongue tube and I exhale from the left nostril. I inhale. I suck the air through the tongue tube. I exhale from the left nostril, the Chandra Nadi. Once again, I suck the air through tongue tube. I exhale from the left nostril. Now this is Chandra Kaki. Now if I take this mudra, friends, this is called as Kaki Mudra, Crow Mudra, Kaki Mudra. Now if we take the Kaki Mudra and take the air inside, now we are having the refrigeration effect, the lead Chatelier's principle. Now, in a very simple language, it cools the system. Now, if you are in a very hot summer, if you don't have water to drink, now suppose if you perform this Chandra Kaki Mudra, now the temperature of body drastically decreases. This is once again, this is Crow Mudra, Kaki Mudra, friends. I set the air inside. I expel from the left nostril, from the Chandra Nadi. So this drastically decreases the temperature of the body. Next. Now, the tongue can also be used for Simha Garjana Mudra. Simha Garjana Mudra. What is the Simha Garjana Mudra? I roar like a lion, like this. I protrude the tongue outside. Exhale. Once again, I protrude the tongue outside, roar like a lion. Exhale. Once again, Simha Garjana Mudra. Exhale. This is Simha Garjana Mudra. Next, Sahajoli Mudra. What is Sahajoli Mudra? Sahajoli Mudra is performed by taking Shishasana. Friends, Shishasana is the king of asanas. Shishasana is also called as Kapalasana. Now here I am demonstrating Sahajoli Mudra. Sahajoli Mudra I want to demonstrate by taking Shishasana. I take Shirshasana like this, friends. I go to Shirshasana. I go to Shirshasana. Friends, if you go to Shirshasana, now you can observe that your breathing automatically shifts to left nostril. It shifts to left nostril. Now in Shirshasana, this is Shirshasana. Shirshasana, I told, is also called as Kapalasana, the king of 84 lakh asanas. Then Sahajoli Mudra. Friends, now this is Sahajoli Mudra in Shirshasana. Slowly I come up, I come down. I release the Shirshasana. Friends, now this is Sahajoli Mudra. Sahajoli Mudra in Shirshasana. Now, there are hundreds of mudras. There are thousands of mudras. Now here, I have demonstrated only few mudras. Few mudras using the palms, Hasta mudras, palms and fingers, Hasta mudras. Now even we can use the forearm, the Garudasa mudra. Now even we can use the tongue. Now even we can use the eyes. There are so many mudras. The king of mudras, friends. The king of mudras is Kechari Mudra. What a beautiful mudra it is. What is Kechari Mudra? I take the tongue outside the mouth. Now I want to increase the elasticity of the tongue. I want to pull like this. Now by pulling like this, the tongue should be able to touch the nose. Then now you squeeze the tongue like this and touch the upper palate. Then using these two fingers, you push. Like this, you're squeezing like this, touch the upper palate, then you push this and close the nasal passage. You close the nasal passage. This is Kechari Mudra. What is the use of this? Now if we practice Kechari Mudra, now here we have the Ajna Chakra, the third eye. Now after the Ajna Chakra, now before Sahasrara, before entering the Sahasrara, now we have a small chakra, the Soma Chakra here. The Soma Chakra. Now if we perform the Kechari Mudra, now from the Soma Chakra, now enzymes will be released. That enzymes in yoga language is called as Amruta Bindu. Now if you practice the Kechari Mudra, from Soma Chakra, Amruta Bindus will be released. Friends, this Amruta Bindus becomes the food for the yogi. Now he need not take the food, the external food. food and water. Now, in yoga, the people who don't take food and water, they are called as inarians. Inarians, sometimes these people are called as inedients. Inarians or inedients are the people who live without food and water. Now, this is one method using Kesari Mudra and the Soma Chakra Amruta Bindus. That Amruta Bindus becomes the food for that yogi. There are so many other methods by which the yogi leaves, he stops food and water from the external. He lives without food and water. If he lives without food and water, he is called as inarian or inedian. Right? That is the Kesari Mudra. Now, I have 10 minutes. I take only 5 minutes, friends. Well, I was speaking about the Adi Mudra. Adi Mudra. Now, if I take the palm, if I place the thumb at the root of the small finger, at the root of the small finger like this, you know, this is Santosha Mudra. Santosha Mudra. Now, if I close.
Sir, video stuck ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸರ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಸ್ಟಕ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಒಂದೊಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಸ್ಟಕ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಹಂಗೆ ಇರಿ. Please go ahead, sir.
Well, friends, this is Santosha Mudra. This is Santosha Mudra and a modification. Now, this is Adi Mudra. Adi Mudra, friends. I told everything in the womb will be with this Adi Mudra. Every child will be in Adi Mudra. Now, Adi Mudra.
జిల్లాల అరుదైన పాము దొరికింది. రాంపురం అనే ఊళ్ళ రాములు అనే రైతు ఇంట్లో 6 అడుగుల తాజు.
Now, it will be in Adi Mudra. Now, the child will be with a particular asana. A particular asana. Now, that asana is called as Garbhapinda asana. With Adi Mudra, it will be in Garbhapinda asana. Then, the child in the womb will be floating on in the amniotic fluid. The child with Adi Mudra, with Garbhapindasana, it is having a mudra. Now it is with one yogic posture, Garbhapindasana. And friends, that child knows how to float on the fluid. It knows how to float on the fluid. And that child is connected to the mother by the umbilical cord. It is connected with the mother with the umbilical cord. Now, that child in the womb, now there is no light. There is no light in the womb. The child will be in utter darkness. The child will be in utter darkness. The child will be hearing only the heartbeats of the mother. Only the heartbeats of the mother. Friends, I am very sorry to say that modern medical science has converted the pregnancy of a woman to a disease. Right from the first few months, they ask the pregnant woman to take the scanning. There are so many types of scannings, starting from ultrasound, right? There are so many types, I don't want to speak that. There are so many types of scanning. Nowadays, scanning is very, very common. Suppose, if you take the scan of a baby in the womb, Friends, now you can observe that baby in the womb of a mother will be having a smile. All the babies in the womb will be having a divine smile. What is that divine smile? Friends, that baby will be under the Nadi Dhyana. It is under deep meditation, and it will be in Sahaja Samadhi. Sahaja Samadhi, without any stress and strain, it is in deep Samadhi. Deep Samadhi. So, that child will be enjoying Brahma Santosha. That child will be enjoying the ultimate bliss, Brahmananda, the ultimate bliss. Now, there is no match, no Santosha, no match on the planet to that Brahmananda. Now, the child takes birth, it comes out of the womb of the mother, it takes the first breath, it takes the first breath, the first shvasa, and the journey of the life starts. The journey of the life starts. Now, in the journey of the life, that child will be searching that Brahmananda in the external world. That is the beauty of the life itself. Now, suppose, for example, if I take the abundance of wealth, suppose if I meet the richest man on the planet, say the richest man on the planet, you go to richest man on the planet, you ask him, sir, are you satisfied? Immediately he says, no, I want to achieve some more. I don't know what is that. Friends, that is Brahmananda. Brahmananda cannot match anything outside the world. Like this, now taking birth, searching the Brahmananda, it takes several janmas like this. Now, in one janma, suppose if we take the journey inside, my friends, journey inside, if we go to meditation, that also takes several janmas. Then in deep meditation, from meditation, if we enter samadhi, then there in samadhi, that child can enjoy Brahma, the Brahma Santosha. Right? Now, this will be the journey of many. They take several janmas and proceed in search of Brahmananda. Well, few minutes are left. I close, my friends, the session by chanting 3 Omkaras followed by a Shanti mantra. Just two minutes, sir. I take the Padmasana, 3 Omkaras, friends. I Pranjali Mudra. Take a deep breath. Om. Take a deep breath, friends. Deep breath. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Friends, rub your palms to generate the heat. Place the palms on the eyeballs. Relax for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Remove the palms. Open your eyes. Relax. Thank you, my dear friends. Thank you, my dear friends.
Namaste, friends. It was indeed an informative and also a good session on the asanas that Suresh Kumar ji had taken today. It will be our pleasure to have him one more time on our platform, 100 days, 100 classes and 100 with 100 teachers. Today, with the meditative postures and the yogic mudras, I would request to forward this video to your friends and family, and also keep watching our Facebook from 7 to 8 for different topics on yoga. And one more time from President Yogi Devraj and Secretary Ravi of Rotary Bangalore Global Yoga in association with the EVA India Forum, I would like to thank the wholehearted support of Suresh Kumarji at this point of age. He wants to give his voluntary service in yoga through our platform. Thank you. Thank you, Suresh Kumar, sir. Shubham.